The action doesn't lie. The action doesn't lie.
Hey, yo,
Danko.
oh, you know that thing, right? At the school,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
When they do the eyes.
Sansa.
Oh, Leo cheaper.
Son. What's that? Oh,
Oh,
Leo
Leo
cheap.
cheaper.
Oh, Leo cheap.
Well, that thing kills
Are
me.
they like exercising? Or
Yeah. I see odd.
But abafuna uba tense.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But then this side they exercise quite a lot. Even the old people, they take walks. And
Those are
That
those,
is
those,
true.
those are the heroes. Those ones. Have you seen how they be like doing a lot in the streets?
Bro, those grannies be stretching like those
Yo,
legs,
nah,
bro.
they like the legends. Those ones.
Yeah.
Kwala ngabo ke labo. Hayi
Yo.
laba.
And but they're always at a park and all of those, especially
Yeah.
in summer. They always like stay active and all of. Do you think that's why they're like this skinny as well?
Probably. I mean, they walk a lot as well. They drink those weird ass teas.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Mara nathi siyawalka thina. Imagine back at
Yeah,
home,
you
yo,
don't
uhamba
walk as
ngebhayisikili,
much.
uya Shoprite or Pakistani, my shopping, abu my friend. My friend, you walk.
But here's the thing. Here,
tell
I
my
think like,
friend.
the food here like makes you like gain weight, bro. Like I gained so much weight just being in China without exercising. I'm like, you know what? Let me go to the gym.
Don't you
bro.
think maybe our metabolism is not used to like the food here, and they are used to it because they eat the same food as you, mara abanye abagain. Because also like when they slim, when they fat, they fat.
Oh
It's
yeah,
It's like
Yeah.
both extremities.
Maybe
Eh?
it's genetics as well.
Could
Because
be.
also they eat like me. I don't eat breakfast.
Oh, they eat,
so
bruh.
And the sounds.
You're not eating breakfast.
What was that trend in Korea? Mukbang,
Oh, mukbang.
where you like videorize yourself.
Oh, I love about kunya
And it'll be the
makanda.
skinniest girl, bro. Like eating the biggest.
Any food.
Yo.
He sounded like a
And
Japanese
even here-
anime.
And even here, guys, when they greet each other, like
Under.
when they greet each other, it's like chillama. It's like, have you had
Oh,
something to
ni
eat?
chillama.
Yeah,
Really?
ni chillama. Yeah, like
Have you
that's how they
eaten?
greet each
So
other.
if I say mayo, then you be like,
No.
No,
It's
it's
like
asking
it's
how
the
well are
equivalent.
you?
Yeah, it's like the
Unjan.
equivalent of sawon unjan. Yeah, it's like
It's
that's
ni
it.
chillama,
Angjang.
have you eaten?
angjang ang lambil and zipline.
Literally.
Best about memeli hot pot.
But speaking of eating, did you see how the DH out like 4.5
Yo.
billion in a corruption scandal?
It's crazy.
Billion.
Yeah, billion, bro.
Yo.
Mara, you know what's fun is that whenever there's corruption this, corruption that, and it involves the skin,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
they are
it's
always
seen
like,
as a
yeah,
black-
yeah, nidli mali. Mara, yeah, uthi 4 points bani.
4.5.
So how did they know? How did they discover?
Bayithole
this?
kanjani ukuthi badle 4.5? Was this the money meant for Kylie Chamslam?
Hey, maybe, bro. But here's another thing, bro. You get South Africans, white ones, who support Trump. I'm like, Trump enriched his family times 3, but like no one's calling that corruption. He like puts his own businesses to do
Yeah.
like government work. No one calls it corruption. I'm not defending
Whatever
Zuma, but,
whatever
like,
happened to those guys that went to America on some
Oh, the
farmer?
Afrikaners.
Yeah.
The refugees.
Are they still refuging there?
So here's
or
another thing.
They are refused.
One of the guys, he asked to GoFund me because he's struggling that side. So he like put it
Yo.
out like, and he's asking South Africans to go fund his life in America, and people are like, wow.
Singena.
Mara, you know, South Africans, we could do that. Oh, yeah, we could do that. We could fund
South
him.
Africans are paid. They could if
man,
they want
we'll
to.
fund him just in here. Okay. Or sometimes if they would ask to come back, they would also that one they would be really, really, really.
Teboho
interested.
Jima Shiko type vibes.
Yeah.
So with
we
this,
should get DJ Kari for that guy. DJ Kari, or
DJ
whoever,
Kari,
the
dog.
one who helps more
Abo Alostro
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the rehab. Wait, so now what's the story with this money? It was found and then now what?
Ask Musi
Especially,
my money.
especially in light of Helen Zille also wanting to
Running
run
for
for mayor
Oh.
for Joburg. What is the age of retirement in South African politics?
That's a good question. They all are
You
now.
can't have an age of retirement when you have presidents that are like 78. Zuma was 78 something.
Yeah,
80
Helen Zille is like
something.
75. Right?
But
Is-
then
is
you
there-
saw who-
is there-
who
is there-
ex-SA put on for the
Oh, yeah,
mayor.
Ekurhuleni,
That
like,
guy, that guy. Saw this guy.
from Moja Love or something.
Yeah, that one that used to do the drug program where he'd like get
Unansika,
Kolani or
Kolani.
something. Yeah,
I was
saw that guy
about to
actually
ask
say,
like
Divana.
what's the thing? Sorry, I was about to ask a question and say like what's up with this age thing? Does it mean just because umdala experience so you know better? But have you seen there's also like places in the world where the ministers are so young? I think it was Canada at some point where if you are a doctor, you'll become a minister of health. If you are like
Yeah.
an accountant
That's
or
dope, yeah.
you'll become like a minister of
Finance,
finance or
yeah.
whatever. Like you must be appointed in the field that you are actually
In your
So is
discipline,
that not a
basically.
thing why maybe South Africa's like youth unemployment is always like experience, but like they're not uplifting the young people.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like,
I feel like that's
I mean,
my
if
theory
Minister
as well.
of Youth is a guy who's not a youth, what do you expect?
But then my theory is this: I feel like there's so much gatekeeping in terms of that's why people will only make it to a political senior position because you've been they say we are grooming you for this position for more than 30 years or whatever, and then by the time you're like 50, 60, that's when you are like entering into my secretary general and all of look at Balula.
Yeah,
Like Balula
he's
is a
old,
quality leader, but now he's only like secretary general. When is he going to get to presidency level? When he's
even-
like 70, like all of those type of things.
Even
So I feel
crazy,
like that's
man.
why it
even
becomes
like
that
other
type of thing.
countries, like when we did IR, I remember my friends overseas from Canada, immediately after varsity, they become diplomats. They've got ambassadors younger than the age of 35. South Africa, your youngest diplomat is probably 40
Yeah.
Who's the ambassador? Vele?
for here.
Yeah.
I forgot his name, bro. He looks like Cyril Ramaphosa a little
It's
bit.
a he, and because
Yeah.
there was this time.
Went
Was
to
it?
some event and then there was
Yeah.
a lady and someone was like, "Now ambassador was Simzant."
Yeah, I
There
was
used to
like,
be a lady here, like
Oh yeah.
before COVID. I don't know if she's still there.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, but I think it should change, man. Just give the young people a chance and see what's up. Because this thing of having old people, because also now kuna le mentality yokuthi usasemncane uku understand. Hi boo, but I'm suffering.
Yeah.
And by the time, and also it even goes along with some that I saw where they were like, graduates, you know, they will say for graduate, you need to be like a graduate programs, for example, they'll say, okay, we need people from 18 to 28. Hi, graduating not 30. So what must can
Yeah,
happen?
that's also not fair.
You know what
But
I'm
then
saying?
you know, for the crazy thing for me, because also if you look at like the world revolutions, it's always like the students. Even here in
Or
China,
Nepal.
it was the students.
I think the recent one was the
And-
Nepalese with the Gen Z, and
Yeah,
they
yeah. Even in
actually
Africa, there
chose
was-
their
Yeah.
minister on
Hey, that was
on
wild.
Discord.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You see, even in South Africa, the most recent one, Fees Must Fall, it's always a student
1976.
that are.
Amara
like,
fees
you
must
know-
fall is always every year.
1976.
No, but then the one that you, the core, the one that you included,
Why
where
would
you
you be-
participated in
before
many.
his time, bro. It
We
was before his time.
Really?
Sabon Pegi was president. Like things were nice.
yeah, they were nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't you
I
go
think it
to
was
the-
like a. I
Oh, it's
mean,
just his
but
varsity.
My varsity is been very pivotal in like
Oh,
pushing
yeah.
that agenda.
Oh.
Because
Oh, you
when,
weren't there,
when
yeah.
I was there at 2009, 2010,
Oh.
There was no fees
it was
must fall
there was a fees must fall.
Ngempela.
Yeah, I remember the times of
Oh, it's
Tisha
those-
Vanga. There was
It
fees
was
must
those
fall.
we don't want a registration fee.
Yeah,
I remember there was that
yeah.
legacy. Always,
Yeah.
I think that's what started.
Because
We
every year
went-
it's like Bafunu new summer price.
Yeah.
And
No
then
fee
there's
and-
exclusions as well. Because I remember when
Yeah.
that one was like very, very like when we were doing it, it was like we wanted to fight for people that are being excluded.
Ish.
We wanted to fight for like the
Was it
the
financial exclusion?
financial exclusion as well. Yeah, mostly financial exclusion and also like the hiking of the registration.
Yeah.
And then also like housing exclusion. Sometimes it'll be like, oh no, you don't have enough modules or subjects to stay. Mind you, umntu usuka eLimpopo.
Yeah.
You know?
But like, you know what?
Hey,
Lale.
I don't know what it was like in university, but at Tux, one thing that really upset me is that res was really affordable, bro. Like at
Yeah.
Tux, but people were only there because my grandfather was in this res. I'm like,
Oh,
but you
yeah,
got
yeah,
money.
yeah.
You live
Yeah.
in Pretoria.
Hey,
You
Even
I'm
live
with
a,
the day houses,
I'm a
yeah,
legacy.
yeah.
I'm a legacy will be the end of us. I don't know. Like Abanya to just get in because they are what? Legacies.
Yeah, I'm like, you have a
yeah.
car.
But then
You
I'm
live in
like two ways
Pretoria.
with
Why
that
do you
one
need res?
also. I'm like two ways with that because
Yeah.
I feel like if we don't take care of legacy, we erode a lot of the important lessons and all of those type of things. For an example, I'm going to make a football example. Hey guys, but then look at
not much. Choosing violence.
No,
the
no.
legacy that he wants to purport.
no,
Nyalo.
ngizoze to Kalile nge-disky foot. But then look at a club like Verse University. There's a
I
club
thought he was
called
gonna say
Verse.
Kaiser Chiefs.
Vets, right?
That's a proper example of legacy. Bobby.
Oh yeah, you see the
AM
family,
Royals.
the family.
Yeah.
But
Aye,
then
that
the
one
example
didn't
I
last.
want to make
AM
up
Royals.
Royal AM,
AM.
Mom Keys. Yeah, you see, it didn't last. But then I feel like But then Vets University was a 100-year club, and then they sold it to
To Big Vest.
to Chakuma Chama Villa, what. They didn't even lose. Imagine like 100-year legacy that
like
got straight
Bloemfontein
up.
Celtics.
Yeah, and yeah, like Bloemfontein Celtics
Wait,
as
there's
well.
no more Bidvest?
No, there's no Bloemfontein Celtics. The name is still there.
Nah, but the Celtics is back now.
No. It's Siwelele. You can't. The person.
I mean,
like,
the Siwelele was the nickname of the Celtics, though.
that's why they call it Siwelele, because they can't
Oh,
use
they can't-
Bloemfontein Celtics. That guy kept the name, like, and then he didn't want anyone else.
Hey,
Yeah.
those were the days.
Guys, can I ask you a question? Speaking of names like that, what was your nickname in high school? Because like yesterday, someone
Shout out to
messaged me.
Trauma.
You understand how you were named based on what you were either good at or what was wrong with you?
Yeah.
Because someone like messaged me, they're like, bruh, I couldn't find you, bruh. JP, what's up? I'm like, oh.
Well, you call JP?
JP.
I came to school Balto once and some guy, Brian, was just like, yo, bruh, you look like JP Peterson, the rugby player. And like now there's a whole group of people
So you are
only know
JP?
me as
As
JP.
JP, yeah.
I mean, I think mine was as common as my name. Because my name is Teboho, it was easy. Tibbs Angwana, you know,
Teboho
it's
Taj.
all the nicknames, that's the one I hated the most. But them Rembula thing was more Joburg.
Oh yeah.
Free State was Tibbs Angwana, Tibbs T, Taj, you know, all of them
Yeah.
names.
OFM.
Zebu,
OFM.
type shit. Hi, boo. Because it's a radio station in Free State.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, those were the ones, man. What was your name?
Yo, I had a lot of
Freddy
nicknames.
Koala.
Yo, Freddy Koala, I hated that. That's the one I hated. That's the one I hated.
My name
Freddie
is Lube Barlow, but you can
Jackson,
call me
yo,
Lube.
No,
Lube. Sorry.
No, that goes with Luyanda. That goes with Luyanda.
No, but
They call him
Lube.
They call him Lube. And actually, the other day remember previous episode, we went to his house.
Yeah.
In the bathroom, I saw Lube. I'm like, what's
Puff
this?
Daddy.
Who Puff Daddy? That's what I thought.
I can't explain.
Sure, we say Kevin Hart, man. He can
And it's
explain.
there, like it's there on the basis.
Yeah, I
like,
can explain,
you walk
Sam.
right into.
It's called cleaning.
Come by.
The more you explain, the more you make it worse.
Incriminating yourself.
It's for, and look at the cleaning. It's for cleaning.
Alright,
Is it wax on?
Wax on, Mr. Miyagi.
Chris
That-
Brown.
I ordered the wrong thing on Taobao. I was looking for Nivea and like.
But you know you
on
can
Taobao.
return the order if it's wrong, though.
Oh yeah.
Nivea with a red cap.
Since when?
It's like I was trying to buy this Eucerin thing, but like anyways, I got that
Hey,
instead.
you went from Nivea to Eucerin.
Yeah.
Ah.
For cleaning.
What's your nickname then? Like, I.
Yeah, like
Oh, JP
Freddie
Mato.
Jackson, and then later on it just became like Koi. But there are people that still call me Jackson. That's the one.
Why
like,
did they
from
call
the
you
hood.
Koi?
Koi because of my brand.
brand.
Yeah. I started a brand called Koi. And
Yeah,
then they started
now that
calling
you
me
mentioned
Koi.
that, it's actually funny how like that's what I was saying. If like there's anything that you do in life, you're gonna get nicknamed after that.
yeah.
Like if you suck at soccer,
Yeah.
they're gonna find the
wackest soccer
wackest
player.
soccer player, and that will be your nickname.
Yeah.
If you are good, uzobuskara, or
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
uzoba
Messi,
upele,
Ronaldo.
uzoba Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Mara mawutshela njengenkomo nje uzoba ngazi uba nupuyolo katsande.
Sunday.
Kuthi yakhaba le shandisi.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
if you used to wear a lot of scotch never die.
Yeah.
Black
That
people
by
are
mistake.
creative like that, man.
Yeah.
It's
So when
creative
did
like
they
that.
call you Scotch?
Nah, I've never been called scotch.
So you've never been nice with fashion.
fashion. I
I
only
mean,
start,
I did that.
I started being
That's with Chris Stripes.
yo, someone special pulled me onto the Adidas gang, guys. Yo, shout out. Like, you know, fashion wise, I started being into fashion like at university. You know, I started, you know, seeing glimpses because we see
Actually,
people.
let's go. This is
yeah.
actually an episode where we are going to be spotlight is on you. Pop.
Ah,
Let's
finesse.
go. I remember with the previous episode you told us Jorge, you went to school during the NCS era.
How? Kanjalo nje.
Let's start there. We're starting you from there.
Wait, did you do
primary
standard
level.
grade and higher grade?
No, I did. I don't know. NCS grade. I don't know. I think when
NCS
you
is
did
the curriculum.
OBE.
no, I didn't do OBE. I did NCS. It's the curriculum. There was no. It was the first year where there was no standard. There was no high grade. You were just doing the subject.
So that was after OBE, right?
Yeah, that was
Because
like
outcome
2007 was
based
So
OBE.
more figures calling
2007 was
one,
OBE.
standard 2, or
Yeah. I mean, grade 1, grade 2.
Are you
Sub B?
counting age? Damn.
damn.
Oh yeah, so apparently this is the episode where we just gotta be like putting each and every one of us on a spotlight, and the spotlight is on me. Next episode, when that
We'll
is,
decide.
post the guests or during the guests. Between these two.
Yeah, listen. So let's start here.
So
Where were you
Baulub.
born? Yeah. Le nama ya Lube le. Ngeke so-
Johnson and Johnson. Or Ulub. Sure, yeah. No, throw the
Water
questions.
guys.
I'm gonna change my WeChat name to Freddy.
To
back
Freddy,
to Freddy because
back to Freddy.
having a Lou
Hey.
is gonna lead
Because
to
there's a
Lube.
3 letters, Lub. You don't even need to say the E silent. Lub.
Actually, I sent a message to Angel. I was like, oh, I'll give it to Lou. And then it self-corrected to Lou. And then I'm like, I meant Lumabalo.
Yo.
Yeah, so school wise, yeah, man. I think when I went to school it was still grade 1, grade 2, grade 3.
Oh, yeah.
Abo Masa Beach. I don't even know.
Was segregation over?
I think so.
Segregation
Come
in
on,
South
dog.
Africa.
When I went to school, it was like 97.
Oh, okay.
Oh, 97.
Damn.
I know. But
Quite,
how was that like? Because did you firstly go? What type of school did you go to?
I went to a primary school.
We all did.
I know. Well, I'm saying primary because somebody. I think the other day I was being butchered
premier.
for saying high school. Was it no secondary school? And
Oh,
someone was
secondary
like,
school, yeah.
"What?
Yeah.
You went to a secondary school? They call
Yeah.
high schools, you know."
Yeah,
So yeah, I skipped kindergarten, crash, all of them,
Kakanpile.
all of them stuff. Ngangena nje, ngangena esikolweni.
Grade 1.
I shot off like a rocket. I never experienced failure, like academic failure,
Yeah,
until
yeah.
first year university.
Yeah.
That's how crazy that was. But it was an
You
amazing
skipped a
journey.
few grades.
No, like I
because
just
back in the day,
I
you
passed
could do that.
everything.
Yeah,
Like I just passed everything. I even remember at some point I had an accident that, you know, set me back for a
Life
good
threatening.
3-4 months.
Oh,
but when
shit.
the results came out,
You killed it.
I was number 1.
Yo, that's dope. That's
What was your
Yeah.
favorite subject? Were you like more maths or social studies?
More
or art?
sciences actually.
Oh,
I enjoyed life sciences and physical sciences mostly, and geography as well. Yeah, I was pretty good with maps.
geography
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Oh,
But then
that's-
which one do you like? Because I know geography is like people and places. What's the other one? Geomorphology or
Yeah,
whatnot.
like
Which one?
clouds and stuff.
Because there's like paper 1 and paper 2 or something like that. Yeah,
Well,
geology.
I think it was
yeah.
like 3 papers. It was paper 1, paper.
Oh, the other one is
The
map
other,
work.
the other one was map work,
Yeah,
cartography and stuff,
Yeah,
and then the
yeah,
other
yeah.
one was more like
Abo
minerals.
magnetic bearing. Yo!
Yeah, minerals
Yo,
and you
yeah.
know rock sedimentation and
I
all of
don't
that,
know.
and then
We
the
had a
other one
different
was
curriculum.
maybe like people, as you say, motion, people movements and
Yeah.
urbanization and all of that stuff. Yeah,
Which one
damn,
did
crazy!
you
I
enjoy
still
more?
remember
Did
these
that
things.
like,
Yeah.
okay, I did AS levels and stuff like so.
What are those?
Cambridge.
Cambridge system.
Aye.
Yeah.
In just a game, my daughter, private school,
like it.
shenanigans.
Yeah.
Mina ngene kasi.
What was the name of your high school?
Eh?
What was
What?
the name of your
It's
high
like-
school? You.
Matsiri
That's-
secondary school.
I knew it. I
Shout out to the teachers.
knew. Matiri, be.
Matsiri, pero nah, shout out,
Matsiri,
man. That school was tremendously fun and amazing to be part of, man.
How many high schools did you have in your hood?
About 3,
So and
Okay.
you were ranking. Your
and then
school-
they ended up just being 2.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so there was one school
they
called
combined?
Hirili Bona, and then there was the Matsiri Secondary School, and then there was an intermediate in town that was actually a combination of, you know, it was those schools where you get grade 1 up to grade 12.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So technically you could say, but right now, from my knowledge, I think it's only just the intermediate and my former, but what y'all say,
High school.
Altamata or whatever those words.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but then how was the ranking? You know, in the there's
I'm
always that.
I'm not
rivalry
gonna
of like,
I'm not gonna like lie here and act like we were number 1 or number 2.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I just knew that like for the longest it was the only high school. Because Harry Bona got like shut down or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
It got like actually it joined our school.
Amalgamated,
Yeah, it
something
got
like that.
amalgamated.
Like a Springs Netlakula High.
It's him. Shout out. Chakula High.
Yeah,
I once
so that-
actually did my practicals at that school.
So when that school stopped, like then their teachers and the students were now moved, like they joined the school that I was in, and then for as long as I was the only school, right? So you will now check on the ratings provincially to see, did we do good? Did we do it? But it was more like those schools that are competing against themselves to be like, okay, this year, shy 60%, next year it's from shy 80 or 90,
What is Free State like in the rankings? I don't remember, bro. Like,
we are always in top 3 and we are never number 1. We are never number 3.
yeah.
Either we're 1 or 2, if I remember very correctly. Like when it came to like
But
overall.
then now there's a fierce rivalry between
It's all KZN and Gauteng and Free State. It's always
It's
those.
ironic.
It's
Where's the Western
those
Cape
3.
in all of this? Because they always
never
claim,
nowhere,
we're
bro.
number one
And that's the crazy part, because most times you would expect schools that are somewhat so-called prestigious to be performing great.
yeah.
I mean, they do perform great, but when
Yeah.
you look in the bigger picture,
But then I feel like what makes it so bad is because of the inequality. Because majority of the people are still like black in the Western Cape.
But then
so that's why
how do
we
you?
have majority of the schools that are under-resourced that can't do so great. And then the ones that are like properly resourced, those are the ones that, but then they only formulate a small percentage.
I was actually about to ask a question. Sorry, like how do you then reason, like how do you then say what's the reason behind schools? Like there's a lot of schools in Free State that are not that prestigious, but ironically enough, Free State is always up there on the top 3. When it comes to like the overall percentage of like pass rate and stuff.
If you check also,
and even like some of your top performers, you always find some kid who comes from a school that is
But then I was saying that you also like if you look at the level of just the school infrastructure in the Free State and like in a township, and you go to a schooling infrastructure in the Western Cape in the township, like the
Eastern
as much
Cape.
as the Eastern Cape, as much as they're both bad, but the ones in the Western Cape might be.
Can I put a different angle on this? I think, let's just say, a kid who went to St. Stithians and they have a private tutor and they get 90% versus a kid like, let's just say, comes from a poor school. The teacher wasn't there, but they were able to get a 60%. Is that kid with the 60% not smarter? Like, I'm just trying to think logically. Like, but then when it comes to applying for varsity,
experience-wise, and when we like talk about different types of like different levels of
That's why I'm like, it's
intellectual,
so
then I
unfair.
think they should be, because now you are taking someone whose life is they have all resources and provision and guidance versus someone who has to like work hard to
that was
figure
my
things
argument.
out.
But
with,
then,
like-
guys, wait. I also, now that I'm thinking about it, I would agree with you. But then, now that I'm thinking about it, think about this. You know, sometimes you can do this thing of like, man, if I studied, blah blah blah, I would have been getting 90s.
No, I
and
get
then
that.
you have the time. It's like when you go to varsity, you might still, with the resources, with a computer lab, you still a 60.
You still
But
a
I'm
60
just-
student.
I'm talking about, because so people are like, oh, merits.
Then it's
Everyone-
more
everything-
psychological then.
People are
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
everything
yeah.
should be on merit, but like there is no merits in South Africa. If you can go to school with, I get your private tutoring, whatever, you get 80%. If I can get 75% without a teacher,
And I'm just
What
operating
about?
on the world,
I feel like
I
when
don't
you
even
when
have
you
the latest textbooks.
when you bring merit, you make me remember this other. Maybe an idiom or an anecdote where they were like, there was a test between 4 or 5 animals. It was a monkey, an elephant, and a fish. And then they said whoever climbed the tree first is a genius. Obviously, the monkey will excel. The conditions are more favorable. And then they said whoever can lift this tree up is a genius. Obviously, the elephant with his trunk is strong, it will do it. And then they're like, whoever can swim the fastest is the genius. Obviously, the fish would. So the aim of that story was to say, sometimes it's not the fact that people are incapable of being smart. It's that the test conditions do not favor their level of intellectual. So now, how do if it was more like, okay, let's test the resourcefulness, you might be shook and you might see people do a lot of stuff, So it's just that also, just because there's lack of resources doesn't mean that you are like unable to do great things.
What university is there in the Free State? I know there's UFS.
UFS.
University
There's
of
a
Free State,
technical one.
Central University of Technology. Then I think those are the ones I can remember, man.
Isn't
But then
yours-
how did you then go from that's what I'm trying to figure out, from the
Oh,
Free
me.
State, because you also speak about
Cape
the
Town
Western
and stuff.
Cape. Yeah.
Oh, nah, man, it was pretty easy, dog. So when the results came out for my matriculation year, I was
Like, I'm out of here.
I was up there, dog. Top student and shit. So my school literally took like top 10 students, and they were like, okay, where you guys want to go? And then we told them, okay, we want to go here, we want to go, and then they were like, okay, they will pay registration fees for us. That was the least they could
That
do
was
for us.
really nice.
The school itself?
The school itself, yeah.
Wow.
So
Shout
they
out to the
paid
principal.
because I remember
Shout
we
out.
also like the reason was because also like at the time we had increased the passing rate in a minute.
Oh,
So
so
we-
it was
we-
like
we-
a celebration.
Yeah, it was like a
Yeah,
celebration
shout
to
out
be
to
like,
the
yo,
school,
yeah,
bro.
y'all
Yeah.
did amazing, you know.
Yeah.
So we went to, you know, a few friends of mine went to different universities. Others like, you know, went to Cuba.
Is
Others
this with
whatever.
the S
Oh,
scholarship?
yeah, when the
Yeah,
Cuba
others
thing-
with
the
the Ace
S scholar-
Makashule thingy. Others went to Cuba. Others went, you know, Russia, all over the place. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
dope, yeah.
So I went to Cape Town. Actually, I had three options. I remember I wanted to go to UOFS to study something related to geography. It was either GIS, Geographical Information Systems,
Yeah.
and then I applied for oceanography at UCT.
Mm.
And I was very keen on becoming an astronomer or
Yeah,
an astrologist. No,
Yeah.
not the astrologist.
Oh, I understand.
Mercury
Studying the
retrograde.
stars, studying-
Astrophysics, yeah,
Oh,
astrophysics, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Chakra hand.
No, I was not trying to
Chakra.
chakra berry. You know, so I wanted to do like astrophysics or become an astronomer because I was
Like-
super inspired by Mark Shuttleworth.
Okay, yeah.
when he went to
Oh,
space for the
yeah.
first time. I was very like, just to deviate a bit, when I was in primary school and early years of high school, I used to go to the library and read encyclopedias.
Oh, yeah.
And then when I go into class, one of my favorite teachers knew that.
Wikipedia.
Yeah, when I went to class, one of my favorite teacher, Mr. Moyane, will have this subliminal competition of seeing who can say the biggest words possible.
Hey.
And
Bombastic
it's
words.
funny. I'm reciting the story because there was a time when now like I'm post school and everything is like,
Yeah.
you know, you used to challenge there, bringing this in big words, and I'm like, I could also like you wanna score, and then you'll either create a word there or bring another word that I've never came
Oh,
across.
yeah,
So it was always fun. But going back to uni, so I applied to those ones, and then I also knew a guy back in my hood who also studied at CPUT.
Yeah.
So him, his sister and me were in the same class, and we used to have like this rivalry of, you know, the Smarty
Yeah.
Pants rivalry.
Okay, yeah.
You know, yeah. So I borrowed him a USB. He gave me the forms and stuff, and he told me like apply it there. You know, yeah. Shout out to Pule Mohole if you ever see this. So he gave me the thingy, the USB.
Yeah.
So I went to school. And one of my favorite teachers, also Mr. Kwalepi, he was teaching me geography. He printed the forms out for me. I think I leveraged networking at a young age.
Yeah.
There were teachers that I knew that I could always ask favors. Like, so he
Yeah.
got me the stuff, and then I applied.
We're not the teacher's pet.
Nah.
Mbona uluyana uqalile? Uyana so let's put it something. So let's
There's just something here.
Why are you blowing the class?
There's something there.
He's a glass connoissance. So yeah, not to keep it long.
Yeah.
So I got
Go
the
on,
forms.
It's about you. Yeah.
I got the forms, and then I applied to the schools. UOFS put me on a waiting list for astrophysics. UCT put me on a waiting list for oceanography, which is like the study of the ocean and the ocean floors. That time I can't even swim.
Sugar Marine.
You know what I'm saying? The submarine lifestyle, my boy. So I ended up then going to Cape Town.
For which course?
Food science and technology.
My oceanography.
No, oceanography, CPUT accepted me.
CPUT,
Yeah, I
yeah.
think CPUT accepted me for oceanography. I forgot what was the UCT one, or I didn't get into UCT or something.
Yeah.
And then the oceanography guys were like, we're going to put you on a waiting list. So mina ngahamba ngakhwela ibhasi ngakhumbula kahle that trip, my dog. My mom just gave me like a scuffed in summer cake. You know, the
Yeah,
summer cake for
scones.
Christmas.
Awunaskosana. Awunaskosana.
Ngahamba ngazo. The guy I mentioned earlier, he was there to help me, his sister and his cousin.
Oh yeah.
To like settle in. We squatted at one of his friends' place, and then from there we went to university. Sayokala pa at the housing department until we got into the rooms.
Hey.
And I then was fascinated by the applied science faculty. So then I applied there. I was like, okay, I'm either gonna do food science, I'm gonna do horticulture, and I forgot the other course I chose, right? So how I got to do food science there, they did a young trip, like a orientation trip for
Yeah,
people
yeah,
that
yeah.
are interested in signing or haven't signed yet.
They were recruiting. Actually.
So they took us to Rhodes,
Oh, okay.
the canning factory.
Yeah.
We get there, I see these guys are doing baked beans. And they put a label here for this brand, for Pick and Pay, for ShopRite, for what, and then
name.
they give us no name.
Ndambile.
Ngabona, and then bashanga ama samples
Bhontshisi.
lapho.
Bhontshisi.
Bashanga ama sample lapho. I'm like, yeah. And the rest was history. I was like, I like food, and you are feeding me. So I'm doing this one, and that's how I became a food technologist.
That's dope.
How did
Yeah.
you land up in France? Or Saudi?
Hey, story for
But
another
before
day.
we go to France, I just want to see the difference between Free State and the Western Cape. Like in your first year, what's that?
I mean, obviously, Western Cape is beautiful. Free State is beautiful too. It's just that with Free State, I was more accustomed to my zones.
Free State has a personality.
Yeah,
Is
Free
what
State
you're
is
trying to
amazing
say.
too, man. About Clarence, there's a lot of places that people go out to hike at and stuff. But it's just that I was not familiar with that game until I explored more in Cape Town. And I think Cape Town brought the
Ocean
adventure
and all
in
of
me.
those type of things,
And then
yeah.
now when I came back home, I'll want to see like, okay, what do we have in my backyard type
okay.
shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the ocean. I even went shark diving even though I can't swim.
That's dope.
Yeah.
With the snorkeling and
With the cage, we're like in a 3x6 whatever cage. And they were like, go down.
Yo.
And then I
those
came
Cape
out,
Town
they're like,
sharks,
go
eh, wow.
down. When I went like this, the nose was here just by my time.
Yo.
And I was like, they were like, don't pet them, don't do nothing. Because if you do, they cancel the trip right there and then.
Really?
Yeah, I know. Because what if your hand get bitten?
Oh,
Who's
yeah,
gonna
then you're
pay?
attracting more sharks as well.
The blood is oozing, you know what I'm saying?
Yo.
But yeah. So to come back to you now, the Cape, the France thing, actually, there was a Germany before a France.
Oh.
So the Germans came and they promoted their cause. Me and this other amazing girl, her name is Dr. Yvonne Maposa. Shout out to her. A doctor of note. We were doing the cause all together at the time. Nabo Dr.
Food
Vusim
courses as
Shaisa.
well.
Yeah, all of them. These are the people that I
She's
studied
not a
with.
Ramaphosa. She doesn't like butter. She's a Dr. Posa.
Maposa. No, Maposa. Yeah, so I think me, Dr. Maposa, Dr. Mshaisa, these are like the people that I started with and all of that. We were all like during that era at CPUT under the tutelage of Dr. Jesse Van Veek and them.
It's like one surname that's not a verb.
Yeah.
The school came and they said, hey, we're looking for students to do exchange program. And I would like to say I was the guinea pig because the program started with me in terms of sending people out.
Alone.
Ilun. I probably would have went with Dr. Maposa, but I think she chose to stay and also a different project that she was running at. So I ended up going. Obviously, as a guinea pig, you won't get the best, but you will get.
Yeah,
you know.
because now they have to.
Yeah,
fix
so
everything
I
now,
remember
yeah.
I had to raise money, dog. I had to raise money for that trip because they gave me a partial scholarship.
So it's money for a flight or accommodation or
It was just money
for
to
living.
mostly for living because I remember
Germany's expensive.
I remember the time they gave me like anything between 1,500 euros, and I needed to have a minimum of 4,700
to
euros
survive.
for the 6 months that I was gonna spend there when I was applying for my visa. Yeah, that's where I saw like God is amazing. I remember we were praying. There was some group of people came from America. One of them prophesied that, oh yeah, I see a season of financial breakthrough in your life sometime soon. So I was able to raise money and raise money through word of mouth, GoFundMe pages at the time, and I used the money that I raised like close to 10 grand just for visa proceedings.
Nice.
And then finally the breakthrough came like a week when I was supposed to leave via what you call this company, Pioneer Foods.
A Pioneer. Oh, Pioneer.
Yeah.
Those are the people who make roads. What a full circle.
The what?
They don't make roads. Roads.
Five
Foods.
Roses?
No, like Pioneer Foods. Do they make roads? Or is that Tiger Brands?
I think it's probably both. I wouldn't know
Yeah.
much, but I know Tiger Brands is. I mean, Tiger Brands is it's a competitor.
Yeah.
So Pioneer Foods are the brand that are behind like Speckle Rice, Sasko Sam, amongst other brands that you probably know. So they gave me all of that money. I remember the person at the time. It was Ume Lulu Kumalo, and why am I forgetting her name?
Yeah, you name dropping on this one,
Yo.
Doctor. Man,
I'm
you look
forgetting
over
her
there.
name, man, and she's gonna kill me for forgetting her name.
Shout out.
I think it was Miss Odendal or something along those lines. I forgot her name, but her and Miss Lulu Kumal were working together. I think they were maybe part of like the social, sustainable tontones. The way they send,
Development, yeah.
where they send people out or they will give money and then Miss Ellen Odendal. Gotcha.
Ellen Odendaal.
So Ellen Odindal and Lulu Kumalo, they were very pivotal in making that trip happen. Shout out to them. So I went to Germany, but before I went to Germany, this is where now France come into part. Before I went to Germany, there was a French representative of a different university who came. It was a Parmalat representative / the university representative. So she was there to promote something that they call a sandwich program. I don't know why they call it
Too
that.
slide. Too slide.
I get to basha nama slices of cheese sometimes. So they came there. They're like, yo, we have this program. You can go to France, do 2 years of study, and then you're gonna work for us for 2 years. Blah blah blah. So I mean, I took the card. Ngahamba ngaya Germany. Did my program there, man. That was my first time ever.
Months.
Jumping on an airplane.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's
boy,
dope.
so I went there, came back. And then when I came back, I applied for the course. And then they were like, we're not taking South Africans this time. But there's another course for food identity. I was like, count me in. That's
What
actually...
is food identity? It's like food with no like gender non-conforming food. Like, I'm so confused. Man.
Must identify them they.
No, man. Food identity is more so like on, the essence, and I would say the essence of food, like what makes food different, what makes food. When people talk about organic food and people talk about, synthetic food, and we talk about GMOs. So food identity is more focused on preserving the natural state of food. And more so promoting like territories linked and recipes and everything that goes all in together with that particular food, and making sure that there's less mechanical or genetically modified stuff that is involved. For example, Parmesan cheese. It's called Parmesan because it's made in Parma,
Like
a region in like Champagne, a region in Italy, Emilia Reggio. And we got to see how they process it. It won't be called a Parmesan cheese after maybe like 12 months of maturing, and all of that stuff. So the way they make it, it's from a particular milk. It's from a milk from a particular cow that only eats grass of a particular altitude and stuff. So they're preserving the recipe. They're preserving the methods of production and processing. For them to call it like with the champagne, it's champagne because it's from a white grape variety that only grows in Champagne.
It's like cognac.
Yeah,
because it's in cognac France.
Exactly.
Like
That's
the
why
Kunyala said
if you make
I'm trying to Kunyala se Beijing, anything around in Ghana.
that's why like if you now go and buy Simon Sech, they'll be like Méthode Classique. MCC, Méthode Classique.
Can I ask you about chicken, bro? Like, how come, like, because in America, I heard, like, the chicken's got, like, more water. The chicken here is, like, a bit different from back home.
And
How does that
I
work?
actually thought you were asking because you saw him when he was chowing the chicken last
I do,
episode.
Tanda.
Yeah, why did
Yeah.
what it drumstick? Which method of
He is
I was-
like an airport, Oliver Tambo.
I was separating. All over.
Yeah, those tambos almost killed Rio. They remember that.
Oh.
No, man, I was just trying to separate. I was just making easy, to have an easy access to the pieces and stuff. The chicken thing, I would say, are those chickens grown in a lab or are they grown in a farm?
Oh, I'm too.
Yeah.
Or, because also there's a thing, I don't know if you realize, when you buy a pack of like a chicken pieces back at SA, they will say 2 kilograms of, it'll say 2 kilograms. But then there will be like this little terms and conditions apply text that will say 70% chicken meat and 30% brine solution,
that makes
which
sense.
means 30% of that weight is just salt water, hence the salt you're talking
Like,
about.
like the chicken here is like really like we're saying, people here go to gym. I feel
Yeah.
like the chicken like
Yeah, Jim.
that's so skinny, bruh.
So the equivalent of that chicken will be is it pizza zekai?
The white ones.
The Hilux. What do they call them, man? Hot body.
Oh, hot body.
Yeah,
Oh,
Kunile Leshandis.
I'm a hot
Yeah.
body.
So yeah,
Hot body.
that's how fries came by, man. Erasmus Mundus, and a program that is
I've always wanted to see
entirely
Erasmus Mundus.
sponsored by the European government. I think almost 500,000 plus.
Yeah.
I got
So
over
if
2
you
years.
compare the two countries, which one would you say, I can go back today?
I mean, with the Germany was very nice and subtle and chilled. But when I was doing the Erasmus Mundus program, I liked the fact that I was exploring 4 or 5 countries at the same time while I'm still a student. And till this day, man, the best place I ever lived for me was Romania.
Romania.
Oh,
Yeah.
tell us about that, bro. Because like I've heard Romanians speak, like they can understand French quite well, but it's in East Europe.
Yeah,
And,
Eastern
like,
European
countries
vibes.
have like stereotypes about them, like not being so friendly. But I've met only nice Romanians. What is it
Yeah.
like?
I mean, we're in like Cluj-Napoca. I like to equate it to almost like a Stellenbosch type of a city. It's a city for students, by the students. They were pretty much fun, very welcoming, always interested in knowing, where you from, what's your story, and they had a healthy amount of like, people from the diasporas in like other African countries or whatsoever.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like going to places where somebody's looking at you some type of way. But yeah, I think Germany also is a very beautiful place. The Germans are super welcome. I was in a small town called Osnabrück.
Oh,
It was
wow.
pretty decent as well. So yeah, man, I'll say in my travels, yeah.
You're the first South African I know who actually went to Romania. There's always this joke, bro. Like our teacher's like, okay, we're going on a trip. We're going to Romania. Romania.
To Romania.
I got to see the famous Vlad the Impaler's castle as well.
Whoa.
Oh, yes, the vampire.
The Dracula,
yeah.
He was actually
original.
an emperor or something of that
Yeah,
sort.
yeah.
Like the one what a guy took an inspiration for. He used to actually impale people. That's why it was called Vlad the
And
Impaler.
eat them, like what do they call
I'm not sure if we bad.
Mara, that's what they say. What do you call it when you eat people?
Cannibal.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
cannibal
Lidim,
as well.
dog.
Yeah.
I don't know about
Plenty of
that.
cannibals in Beijing. They eat people.
Nkalile. Nkalile.
It's like I saw it, please.
Ubani wokuqala?
Poppy X.
Yo, what a circular motion.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So that's
Guys.
pretty much that, man.
So you said 5 countries, which is you said Romania,
Italy,
Italy,
in Piacenza and Milan,
Italy.
Italy,
Spain,
Spain,
Castilla de
dope.
Valladolid, Barcelona. Crazy when they
But
say
then,
Barcelona.
like the- yeah,
Barcelona, Barcelona.
But then wait, did you like? I know it's Spain. It's like a division of Catalonia,
Catalonia.
and so
I was in Castilla de Valladolid,
where's that?
up north, next to places like Santander.
Osho Putin.
Castilla de Valladolid.
Isakazelo. Isakazelo Zambesi.
Family boss.
Castillo de Valle. Is
Yeah,
it a
'cause-
castle? Because I'm here in Castillo.
No, it's just like a region, man. I think it's a region. You can go to Valencia, you can go to
Oh,
Valladolid,
Valencia, yeah,
you can
yeah.
go to Santander. Those were the places up
you
there.
went to Santana?
Lyon as well, I think, was pretty much closed. Yeah.
Wow, that's dope.
Yeah, Madrid as well. Yeah, I remember I did go
Madrid,
to Santiago Bernabeu.
Oh, I would like
Yeah.
to go. Yo,
So
yeah,
where?
especially the new one, yo.
And the Barcelona stadium.
Santiago, Nou Camp.
Yeah, no,
They
Nou Camp.
now rebuilt both stadiums. So
But I went there as a tourist. I didn't go there like
Yeah,
Yeah, I went there as a tourist.
You should go again.
What was the other country?
Saudi Arabia.
Oh, that's a different one.
We're still on Europe.
I'm still in
We're
Europe.
still, my country,
Bro, your name is Emirates.
Hey, yeah. Wait,
No, I'll keep it short, man. And it was France. That was where the course was at, and then we did Switzerland as well, Lausanne. I did like a month here case study there.
Expensive, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
super, but it's fine to be in Lausanne.
how do you afford food? Like, how much is like food? Like,
We were staying with a family, so accommodation wise, I used to get a stipend of like 1,000 euros every month.
CHF? They don't.
No, not Swiss francs,
Okay.
euros. And I was able to actually save money and fly my moms to Paris
I saw on
for my
Instagram.
graduation. Yeah, that's why I even have it tatted up here, man. RIP, mom. But yeah, so we're able to like do that because actually I was like when I was in SA, I never really got to take my mom to any of my graduations. So me doing my masters was a
Did you
gift from
enjoy the
God.
trip?
Of course, man. If there's one thing that I also even pride myself in is that the fact that we share a particular experience. It may not be like together, but the first time we ever jumped into airplanes was when we were both going to Europe, just in different timelines. She came to my graduation. I went there when I was going to Germany. So that was an amazing thing, man. Yeah.
Wow.
Away.
My mom is scared of going overseas. Like, hey, at my airports. I'm like, you're not, bro. Like,
And the people were very helpful to her as well, because I remember when she was telling me stories about how, like, especially when like I come to like the interchange, or you're gonna get off here, then you need to go. Then someone is just like looking at your ticket, okay, and then helping her to
nice.
maneuver. So it was pretty amazing, man. Yeah.
That's dope. That's
Oh,
dope. So,
cool.
but then did you then jump straight into Saudi, or did you?
Before
work
Saudi there was China.
Yeah.
Oh.
Before Saudi there was
Oh,
China.
so you took a break.
No, actually, when I was
Because remember you said earlier on that you were supposed to work for that. They studied 2 years and then work for 2
no,
years.
I did not. I did not do that course. I did a different course.
Oh, okay.
Because that's the course that I said they were like, we're not taking South Africans. So I had to do a different one, the one for the food identity,
Oh, so that one they didn't have that clause that you have to work for it.
No, it was literally the European government giving you money to say study and then take the skill set that you get here, take it back to your country and help develop your country as well. So I tried to reach out to like the Ministry of Agriculture, the National Research Fund and all of that to say, hey, listen, I'm the first South African to do food identity course in Europe. So what's up? I could bring some knowledge and stuff, and you know how
Actually,
it is.
I wanted to ask
I mean, till this day.
To ask this. Sorry to cut you, but I wanted to ask with the courses that you did, especially in Europe, like what job opportunities are there? Because
I think there's a lot of job opportunities, but it's just a matter of
like what would you do? Like because obviously
I'll still do the food stuff related.
like
I could be
being a chef or what?
I mean, a chef is an extra skill, but more so on
Food quality.
Yeah, more so on.
food control,
Yeah, also
those
I
type of
don't want to like being a chef is a different.
It's
It's a
that's
different,
why,
but we are somewhat similar in the fact that we understand the physiology of food and stuff. But us, they take it further in doing that in a kitchen and creating masterpieces. We take it further in producing and processing food for the masses in a factory or
This was bigger
ensuring.
than
like the bean situation that you were speaking about.
Yeah, the
earlier
bean
on.
situation.
We want to see the difference.
Lo uyayenza vele, lo uyayi-check inkukhu ukuthi inamanzi
Yeah.
before it even goes into the pot.
Nah, I can invite you guys over. Maybe we could even do like a special episode where I'm just whipping it. I mean, ubonile ngishaya ngama cocktail, so that's the knowledge. Yeah, but that's the knowledge there,
I wanted to ask, how different would your life have been? Let's just say you got into Parmalat. I think like we wouldn't have met you in China. Like seeing how your life is, but when you do something, you really put your effort into it. Like, what would have happened then? I'm just curious. Like,
Only God knows.
yeah, just
Yeah.
like speculating. Like,
Okay, speculation.
yeah, because
I'm sure you've thought about it
I
as
almost
well.
thought of Kage. I guess everybody want to know what would have happened if I didn't win.
Like 2 years.
Just we would never know. So maybe I would have been in a different place, man. I probably would have still been working in Europe.
Yeah.
Ngishadile lapha nginabo mini abaningi lapho angazi.
Alessandro.
I'm not sure if I would have gone for the other side. I mean, my heart is in Africa, man. But I'm sure you never know because life has a funny way of just surprising you, and every decision that you take, in a way, it's a ripple effect. It can lead to different routes, So yeah, I mean, even with the China thing, I was looking for a job in Europe because I was able to get an extension. What happens is that if you studied in Europe, the country of your studies can extend your visa for like a year to allow you to look for a job in the place or within the European Union. So I did that. And then after I flew back with my moms after the graduation, I flew back again to Europe. I chilled there throughout the whole winter. It was summer for us in SA. And then I had a friend that Jabu. Jabu was like, yo, because I actually met Jabu at Park Station. She was going to, no, Jabu, the Korean,
That's
your Korean friend. Yeah. So she had she was going to teach in China. I was going for my second year. When we met.
Oh, so you guys all met in Shanghai. Like, it makes sense now.
No,
You,
but like,
Jabu,
remember when she did mention that we knew each other from university.
Oh.
Like, she was
Back
at
at home.
CPUT.
At Cape
She
Cod.
was at Cape Cod. I was at Belleville. So there'll always
Belleville?
be the Belleville campus. Yeah. So there'll always be like those little bashes or get-togethers of the uni. So that's why you bump into people, you be friends on Facebook and stuff, So when we met, it was like, hey, excuse me, man, you look familiar.
on Facebook village.
So that was how we reconnected. And then she was like, yo, actually, I'm going to teach English in China. So if whatever you got going on doesn't work out, you can always holler. You can see what we can help you with,
Was it the same situation with
was a time where if
the EF? If she recruits you, she
Yeah.
gets back. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, she got some young 3,000 RMB at the time. It was a lot of money, I think. So we were working for a company called Learning Education at the time. So I went home, I think around December-ish or whatever, to sort out my paperwork and everything. And I was able to start working in like May. And then that was 2018 to 2020.
But then how was that transition as well? Like I'm just imagining like you had this passion for like the
food and stuff.
and
Hey, I was not getting jobs,
now
man.
you must go to baby shaka too.
I was not getting jobs, dog.
Even with food sciences.
Yeah, I was not getting a job in SA. I was not getting jobs
yeah,
in
as you said, you
Europe
must-
with the 6 months.
What are
So
the challenges
don't
of
call
getting
us, we'll
jobs
call
with the
you.
food sciences? Or
I mean, I think one of the greatest challenge for me was the fact that I studied abroad. So when people look at the studied
Yeah,
abroad,
intimidated.
it's an intimidation thing, or they think uzofuna imali eningi. At that time when now uyaqala nje usafuna nje find your food in the place, and it's actually sometimes painful to think about it. Like I'm this old and I still don't have enough experience in that field, but that's the field that I literally dedicated my whole entire education life into.
Yeah.
that's really annoying
it's-
about South Africa,
yeah.
because if you didn't go overseas, then they'll have another excuse and be like,
Yeah,
but you're underqualified.
you're underqualified.
Yeah.
Qualified,
Yeah.
you're overqualified.
Yeah.
Nonsense,
My
bro.
friend-
Okay,
Guys,
why-
My
now that I
friend,
think
my
about
friend
it.
Leandra Smeder, who plays for Banyana, by the way, shout out to her.
Wow,
She once shared a picture on Instagram long time ago. It was a picture of a kid dressed in the Lamalele. You see these Hilux bros, the guys that be driving, with the whatever those things are, them are boots and
the
whatnot.
Afrikaans, like,
Yeah. And then the thing is like, so why are you here? It's like, this job requires 15 years of experience, so I might as well start right now. So it's always crazy, man. Like you say, it's either you don't have enough experience or you are not, as the famous
And
one,
guys,
you
like,
don't
I feel
fit the
like
culture.
This is also feeding into that societal problem that we have in South Africa. Because if you look at the number of people that come to like a place like China, South Korea, and to just teach like at a kindergarten or whatever at a school, those are doctors, those are people in finance, those are lawyers.
And
Yes,
then,
yes.
Like-
and then the government has the
sophisticated
nerve to
skills.
say that there's a migration of qualified. No, not even a migration per se. Before you talk about migration, they will say, there's a scarcity of skills.
Exactly.
But
Engineers.
there's a
that
lot
are
of
What are we
people-
teaching
supposed to
at
do? What's clients
kindergarten.
are live, like in the flipping morning?
So
Also, really,
Desmond and the family.
Lillian Dube, not Desmond Dube,
so she comes to my
colonizing.
church, that lady, she's so funny. But I was saying, like, when I look at my friendship groups, bruh, I hate to make this, but like, this is the country we come from. I'll just say those who need sunscreen when they go to the sun, all of them have jobs, bruh. All of them have jobs. All of my friends. And all my black friends, bruh, like, being politically correct.
Yo, sunscreen.
Yo.
Yakumbula le advert ka Ingrams. Knees on the shoulder.
Hands on
Yeah. But real quick, so China happened, COVID happened, went back home.
What year was this now?
This was 2020, the darkest year of my life. After, one of the darkest years of my life.
Tough, yeah.
Tough times never last.
I actually have a friend. Shout out to
So after that time, I think I stayed plus or minus 2 years without any job, dabbling between food science jobs. Actually, I remember I was working for this company, and I was always being told like, "Yo, before you crawl, you gotta walk." I'm just like, "Oh, okay." Imagine I have
Before you crawl, you
I have a
gotta walk.
master's degree.
Mbambile, sikubhaqile.
No, man, you know how people in the job market like to always act like you don't deserve the progression that you get at work.
Yeah.
That they feel like it's unfair because when we toil fast
Yeah.
as compared to abanye abantu kudala bakhuzule, yabo.
Yeah.
Sorry, excuse me. So it was like a thing of like, hey, uzumthathe, before you crawl, you walk, before you fly, you run. I want just two weird connotations to try to make it look like you need more experience.
Yeah.
So imagine I have a master's degree and I'm getting like what, 15K before tax with a master's degree in
This
SA.
is South Africa.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, at that company in particular. So it was weird, but I was like, yo, ungatoli for all.
With
Yeah,
a
yeah,
master's
yeah.
degree from a European university.
Make it a
on top of
double
that,
degree
like,
masters.
yeah.
Jack of all trades,
Wow.
master of two.
Wow.
Not master of
Ah,
one.
master of two.
Lianga.
Lianga. So after that, I got that steez, and then I started looking for jobs again. Then I got like an English teaching gig that was paying me more on like these
Online?
yeah, it was online, but then you had to work for MPC. I think the company was MPC.
Yeah.
So You go to their headquarters somewhere in Centurion. Shy overnight. I was teaching students from South America. So ngo-12 ebusuku ngiyangena ngizochaya ekuseni.
Oh, it's a physical building.
Yeah.
It's almost like EF has that in South Africa
Exactly.
as well.
So after that, then me and that company couldn't see eye to eye because I think I was always challenging authority and wanting to enforce,
As always.
Yeah, man, I wanted to enforce the right quality standards. Like, you're having an audit and then it was on I must paint the brush red. What?
Yeah.
It doesn't work. We're trying to have color coordination and separating high risk to low risk area type shit, But anyway, long story short, no subtitles. Then I got the job in Saudi. Habibi! Mashallah! That's how Saudi Arabia came, man. It was dope time, man. The best detoxing time of my life, if I may say.
Saudi.
Yeah. No alcohol is allowed in Saudi, so you clean living, all of them shit. So it was pretty amazing, man. Yeah. After Saudi, then voila.
But then, the difference now, also the transition. Like you mentioned, you told me that you were teaching at like a
university.
Yeah.
I think my superpower is adaptability, man. Like to even answer the earlier question you had about the transition, I adapt very easy. In my head, I'm like, if I look myself as a seasoned overseas traveler. If I can survive France, I can survive Germany, I can survive China, I can survive, Lesotho, South Africa, I can survive Saudi Arabia. I'm like, hey man, any other new country I can go to, I'm definitely sure I need 72 hours to figure out what's what and I'll be good.
So next stop, Ukraine?
Probably.
But then now that I'm thinking about it, what's the longest time that you've spent at home since 2009?
I think the longest time I spent was during that time of COVID, 2 years.
And that's just because of COVID.
No, that's like during the COVID time. Because remember, I
okay.
got home in actually it was 1 year and couple because I got home around like July 2020.
Yeah.
Then I left South Africa around August 2022.
Yeah.
So
now do you also have like plans of going back home and like building a life
we'll
there?
see what Jesus has in store for the brother, man.
Yeah.
Because even teaching is not. It's not longevity.
Well, actually, I saw a TikTok where they say the government is thinking of scrapping English in primary schools, and that means there's going to be more teachers on the market. Yeah. But like, we don't know if it's true or false because like, it's just
Sanya. We'll go to Sanya, guys.
Scrapping it's like, and then like, are they going to replace it with a language or what?
No. So it's just a speculation. We don't know if it's going to happen. But if that's
or
the
like
case,
public schools or
so
something like that.
if that's the case, it makes me wonder, bro. Like I think teaching overseas has a span of maybe 10 years. And then before we know it, it's 2050, bro. Like, we're closer to 2050 than, like, 2005 almost.
True story.
It's like, what do we do when we retire, bro? Like, I'm trying to...
This is where now Jack of all trades, master of two. You know, those masters you have, those degrees that you have. But also, I think we in as much as we also, like, if you were to really be honest, you have to be smart that while you're still doing the teaching thing, you either saving money or you are equipping yourself with other skills or you are checking out other stuff that you could actually use to make money. We are so big in multiple streams of income than our parents have ever been. And we are so skillful and we can use a lot of stuff. You know, sometimes all you need is just to talk.
Out there as well. And you also meet a lot of people like we met like over the weekend, people that are saying that they're also investing in property. They're buying stock here, shipping it back home, and all of those things. People are like actively
and when you network
working towards going back home. And
when you network and you link yourself with those.
It's not just
when you network and you link yourself with those people and you guys develop a proper good relationship, you could learn a thing or two and you can apply in the area of your liking, you know.
It's like what you were saying, you never know what God has in store. That's why you meet people that like wake you up. You're like, maybe I might be like, it's just vibe. And then someone is like, hey, I'm saving, blah blah blah, and then it just opens you up.
Shout out Easy Equities, buying those shares, nigga.
Those two property, what? What's the other one? Easy property or
easy property, crypto, all of them stuff.
And what's nice, I think, was having the conversation with you guys. What I was saying about that platform specifically is that the information is so simplified. It's not too technical.
Even Tom, Dick, and Harry, and Samantha and Nolubabalo can find out.
Facebook or Instagram reading.
Speaking of Nolubabalo, you remember when Lubabalo met his twin sister?
Twin sister.
At the special episode. The girl who's from Cape Town, she said her name was Nolubabalo.
Actually, when I was getting my ticket there, they're like, They're like, they couldn't find Lubabalo. They're like, no Lubabalo. I'm like, this is not a spelling. Is this a spelling error?
He changed sexes right there and then.
Like,
He was a he, she transitioning into she.
So says the person who
you set that up a long time ago. You set me up.
Yo, I think.
What's her name?
No Lubabalo. She's just no. This is Lubabalo. She put the no in front.
Yeah.
No Lubabalo here.
No. Not here. Not here.
Yo, man. Yo.
But Lubabalo has like also like different strains in like the Sutus or the Peris. Or
Yeah,
the
it's like
Swana, there's
Teboho,
Pawalo.
Diteboho, Mateboho.
Yeah.
So many names. Yeah. Hey, yo, shout out, man. We'll see you guys on the next episode. We appreciate you tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share with your frenemies.
Oh, man.
Wonkumut.
Yeah. Actually, road to 50 50 followers, guys. We're on 45.
we're on
Someone
45.
followed me. Like, we just need 5
Yes,
to get to 50, please.
Yes,
We're not about numbers, but let's push numbers a bit, guys.
Young
like,
50.
Like 50.
We'll
and then
release
celebrate 100,
match when we
and
get to
then
50
1,000,
people.
You know,
The accent doesn't like t-shirts.
population-
Special episode.
Awe siyabonga. Next time we're putting someone on the chopping block.
Hey, yeah, next is
Lube.
No.
Yeah,
The action doesn't lie. The action doesn't lie. No matter where you from, no matter how you sound, the action doesn't lie. Truth will always come around. The action doesn't lie.